Good morning, my beautiful family. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have one goal and one goal only. We have to figure out what is going on with this paint on the STI. So we have a piece of the core support here. I brought it to the apartment last night, so this morning we can run around, get a few errands done, and figure out what exactly is going on with this paint. I was really hoping it would be cured all the way this morning, but it's still the same exact as 3 days ago. It's still super soft, and I don't think that we are going to be able to spray over this because it's just going to happen again. It's going to peel the paint up again. If you're just tuning in, what exactly is going on is we got the car back from the frame shop, we brought it back home, and we decided that the color wasn't good enough. It's not perfect. So we attempted to respray it, and the paint that we put over this existing paint started bubbling it up. We're pretty much just trying to figure out what exactly is going on and why this paint is not curing, because it just wipes right off. I've been reading all the comments from yesterday's vlog, and I want to clear something up real quick. If this whole engine bay was sprayed out and the whole thing was that gloss finish, I'd be completely happy with it. Or not completely, I'd be plenty happy with it. I would have left it. But the fact that one of the frame rails was sprayed a lot farther back than the other frame rail, one of the fender rails up on top was completely gloss, the other side was that OEM flat finish. I didn't like the halfway sprayed gloss look, halfway OEM look. It just did not look right. Now, if the whole thing was gloss, I would be happy with it. I know I didn't really show it in yesterday's video, but I wanted to clear that up. Of course, if the whole thing was gloss and it looked good, I would have left it, guys. So our first move today is I'm gonna head to Bobby's dad's auto body shop. I have that piece with me. I'm gonna bring it to them and they're gonna check it over once again. Try to figure out what's going on. They have an oven for when after you paint a car, they put it in the oven and like force bake it on, I guess you could say. So maybe they're gonna try that. I don't really know. I'm just gonna bring it there. I'm not a painter. They are professional painters. So whatever they say is probably gonna be right. All right, so we just left the paint shop. They hooked me up with all the paint that we need, all the hardener, all the reducer. Basically what they said is because clear was mixed into that base coat, it's gonna take a lot longer to cure that way. And they gave me a water-based paint, so it shouldn't lift it up whatsoever. They kind of walked me through on how they would spray it if I brought the car here. Just dust on the first coat, second coat, you should be able to spray it on just fine. So Austin, my brother, he is busy today painting his own stuff, and I don't think he's gonna have time to come over, so I guess it's time for me to finally learn how to paint myself. I don't know how this is gonna go. Thankfully it's the engine bay, not like a hood or a fender or something, where if I really mess up, it's super noticeable. But obviously I'm gonna do the best job that I possibly can, and I guess we can see how it turns out. So I'm gonna head to the coffee stand right now, grab some coffee from Bobby, and then we can head back up to the shop and try to tackle this thing. First up, I apologize for the noise. We have a propane heater going, we have a fan going, we have the infrared heater going that we borrowed from Bobby's dad's shop just to cure this paint a little bit more. We have the wood stove going, trying to get this shop up to temperature. So if it's a little loud in here today, I apologize. This whole core support and frame rails should be ready to go. Obviously one more quick wipe down. But other than that, we're all sanded down, prepped, ready to go. Finish up a few masking things and we should be able to spray that out. Now we are spraying the backside of the hood and the backside of the one fender that we have to replace as well. So I need to get those up on some sawhorses or something and get all that prepped up, ready to go, so we can spray everything out at once. So we got the hood all prepped up. That is ready to go. Same exact thing with the fender we got to spray. So what we're doing is just running through, cleaning it with some Windex, and then I'm grabbing red Scotch-Brite, scuff it up a little bit. I was told you don't have to do anything crazy, no sanding or anything, just some Scotch-Brite so the paint has something to stick to. So yeah, let's bang out the fender, and then we got to get everything cleaned up, get a place to spray everything out at, and we should be able to do one last cleaning and spray everything out. All right guys, so we have everything set up. We got the hood, the fender, and the car. We're gonna run through, get everything cleaned one last time, and then we gotta get the paint out, get it all mixed up. Bobby showed up to watch me try and paint for the first time. Do you think I'm gonna succeed or fail miserably?
You're gonna do a really good job, babe.
Wow.
You're good at everything you do.
Are you my biggest fan?
Always.
You are?
Yeah. Can you get this stink bug, please?
Here's the plan, guys. Everything's clean, 100% ready to go. All we have to do is mix up the paint, put it in the gun, and we are gonna spray this piece out right here first, just in case it starts peeling the paint and reacting with the paint that's currently on here. We can easily remove that piece and sandblast it. If that's the case, this car, well, we'll discuss that later. All right, I also didn't explain that Bobby's dad's shop hooked it up with some actual color of the car paint, not underhood paint. So on a factory STI or a factory car, coming up, I'll show you something. See how this whole edge is quite a bit more glossy than the rest of the panel? We're attempting to match that 100% perfectly. Like I said at the beginning, I want this to be 100% perfect, and I don't want to be able to tell that anyone ever worked on this car. So that is what we're gonna do after we spray. Let's see, what's the plan? We're gonna spray
this first.
Yeah, spray the frame rails and like the car first, and then move on to these panels, and then take that underhood paint out of the gun and throw this in there and spray the edges. Easy enough. Should we get her?
Let's get her.
There's so much paint. We're not going to use nearly this much. I should not mix it all. That does not look right. One little spot, see if it lifts. Why is it looking like that? See how like wet it looks?
Yeah.
Take 2, new gun. Should we see how this one sprays? That's the difference.
So much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't see it cracking up at all. Like nothing. No?
Yeah.
Okay, well, should we just send it? Or should we wait a little bit? I'll go in here and do a few more things. You get in there. I'm just winging it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Is that kind of funny?
Mm-hmm.
Right now. Alright guys, here's a scoop. The first gun that I was spraying with was a complete pile of junk. It was a $16 Harbor Freight gun. Ran over to my brother Austin's house, stole one of his guns, and we got the 2 coats of the underhood color sprayed out. And now we're just gonna pull that paint out of the gun, and we're gonna spray the actual body of the color, just kind of mist it in, kind of pretty much how the factory did it. That's what we're trying to replicate. So no cracking paint whatsoever, no lifting paint. Turning out good for my first paint job, I hope. I guess we'll see when it's all cured, but yeah.
Good job, baby.
Let's bang it out real quick. It's still gotta be wet when we do this.
Okay.
Alright guys, we got everything sprayed out. The car is here. no shit. We got the fender here, and we got the hood. So I think everything turned out pretty dang good. My only complaint is I should have laid it on a little bit heavier, because it's kind of like, not as smooth as I was going for. But you know what? It's my first paint job. It's all good. I brought this piece in here from out back to compare the colors.
Damn near spot on.
I would say 95% right. So huge shout out to Bobby's dad shop for mixing up the paint for us and tinting it and all that good stuff. So I think it turned out really good. I'm gonna pick this video we'll pick this video back up in the morning. We'll get this whole car unmasked. Is that a word? Unmasked. Get the car unmasked. There we go, that's a little better. So we can really compare like this versus the firewall, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed. This video's not even over yet. I might be high off I was wearing a mask, I promise, but I may be high off paint fumes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video up till now. I know there was a ton of comments of people saying I should have just left it how it was, but the thing with me is I want it perfect, especially being a brand new car. Like, yeah, it was good. It technically was good enough. Like, it wasn't completely opposite of, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Either way, guys, I want this car to be perfect. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think it's a lot closer now than what it was. It's like spot on now. So that's why I decided to respray it. And I am super pumped with the outcome. And I think Bobby's pretty happy with it as well. Wouldn't you say?
Very happy.
Bobby's happy too. Now the next morning, let's run through, get the shop fully cleaned up, get the car unmasked, and see how close this color match really is. Alright guys, so we're going through getting the shop all cleaned up. Now I do remember on a OEM Subaru, there are some pieces on the front end that are supposed to be black. So just the bottom part of this the front crash beam right here, this lower frame section here, and then on the core support as well, just supposed to be a little bit black. I'm just gonna grab some Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black paint, kind of rattle can it up real quick before we put a motor in this car. Let that cure, let that harden all the way. I'm just trying to make it as factory as possible. I know some people are probably going to say the rattle can is a little bit ghetto. We should have just sprayed it out of the gun with some 2K paint. But honestly, guys, it's never going to see any wear and tear. I'm just trying to make it as factory looking as possible. Now for the color match, check this out, guys. That is factory, or let's see here. That is factory OEM paint. That is the paint we sprayed. This is where I taped for the masking line right here. So that is what we sprayed yesterday. That's factory. as you can see, it's probably 99.9%. Could not be more stoked, couldn't be more happy with how this engine bay is looking now. Now it's something that I'll never have to worry about and never stress about again, just because I know we did it right and it looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna kind of button some things up. We got some wiring to put back in, put the ABS pump module in, get that fuse box sitting down where it should. As this paint is curing, we should probably throw a few more layers on there just because it's a little bit light. But just really get this thing buttoned up and we should be able to start working on like some transmission and engine stuff tomorrow. So I got a ton of the wiring all situated. I was having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out how it was routed originally, and I finally figured it out. So all that is done, all good to go. We got the ABS pump back on, fuse box back on. We got that transmission tunnel cover on. I honestly don't think that we are going to run these headlight sprayers, at least not for now. There's so much extra plugins on that harness right there. That's the JDM harness on the ground versus the US harness. So for now, we're not gonna run them. Maybe in the future, I'm gonna save that. I'll save all the pumps and all that stuff. So maybe in the future we can splice them in, run them, and it'd be kind of cool to have on a US car. But I don't think it's worth it for now, just in case I mess something up in the harness to where it makes the car not run, and then we'll spend forever trying to trace it back and figure all those issues out. So yeah, maybe in the future, but I don't think it's a good idea right now. I'm so freaking glad and thankful that I decided to respray this engine bay. I'm so much more happy with it now. Literally a spot on match, 100% perfect, 99% perfect, not 100%. It was my first spray job, so there could have been a few little things I should have done better, but honestly, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.